welcome back to another video, guys. Today I will be finishing off doing the mini engine somewhere around here. What I'll do, I'm going to do a strip down because there's quite a lot of people have requested it. Sorry it's been a bit late, it's been about a month later. I know everyone's been waiting for it to come out, but I've been chocker at work at the minute, so I'm going to jump straight into it now. Right, so the bell housing is off over here. Part of the clutch assembly is off there. Starter motor has come off and is over there. That there is the feed pipe and oil filter I've removed. And distributor unit is out over here. This is pre-A+, so it's a collar type clamp on it. And because it's pre-A+, it's got the earlier type clutch on it too, where it's got this little spring on it that holds at the top and this straight slave cylinder. Now I'm gonna get this flywheel off. I'm quite brutal with this, so you'll see in the time lapse to follow, where I knock the tab out, take that centre bolt out, and I whack it with a chisel to get it off. So I'll show you the time lapse now. Right, so that fell off a lot easier than I thought it would. So the time lapse might not look as good on it, but all I essentially did is on the main washer, the locking tab here, I used a flathead chisel to get it out, sort of really roughly flat. Then I used a large punch, which is somewhere hiding around. Like this one large punch just to flatten the edge on it, so it wasn't going to get in the way of the big nut when I was doing it. Then I just dropped a big socket on it, buzz gun this off. Once that was buzzed off, took a chisel around the back end here, well in fact used a punch this time, into the flywheel hole here, just so it's on just off the actual starter ring gear and on the back of the casting, on this edge here, and I whacked it 2-3 times and it fell off easy. Normally you'll be there for a good 10-15 minutes fiddling with it for it to fall out, but on this occasion it came out really easy. Now I've just been putting bolts back where they came from so I don't lose anything, don't have to bag it up. Next I'll remove this side of the cover, then on this side I will get this cover off here and do the timing chain out of there, throw it out of the way, the rest of the bolts here along the bottom of the gearbox, both sides, and then separate the two parts. I'll probably record the timing chain bit though, so this doesn't happen again where it instantly falls off and you can't see it happen in the time lapse. But I'll carry on now. Right, so now I'm going to strip down the time chain cover side. I'll film this manually now so you don't miss out on me removing bits and bobs. Right. Start to get the fold of the tab down with a chisel like. I have a broken flathead here which I use for this sort of thing. Just down to get into the gap. Once you've got it mostly started, then take a wide flat punch like this, and this is what flattens it completely out the way of your large nut so it doesn't obstruct it when it's rotating. And socket for that. Now I would give you sizes for each socket, but you can buy these bolts and I've had like 4 or 5 different ones from different suppliers. This one here I'm doing is 1 5/16 it says. So straight off. These steel folded lip ones are pretty easy to get off. Cast one's a little bit harder. Just light taps. Nothing hard enough to damage it and it slips off. And it's fine what we've got on here. These will be 1/2 inch. I can fire my sockets. Get my buzz gun. So these three are 1/2, this one down here is 1/2, they go straight into the block, them ones do. Then the rest of them are slightly smaller, they are 7/16, and they go into a threaded plate. So that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one are all on a threaded plate, they're not in the actual block. So these ones are dead short, you'll find. Really, really short. That's the same on the pre-A plus and the A plus is exactly the same. Might even be the same on B series engines as well. These are normally dead stuck from all the silicone, and if you're not careful it's quite easy to deform them, so careful as you do this. I always break the seal from the top, so if it does slightly deform it's less likely to leak than if you do at the bottom. A locking tab here to get off. So again, same technique as last time. Get it started. Just so it's peeling away. Take a large flat punch. And level it out the best you can. This one is normally best to do without a buzz gun because it's quite a shallow bolt head on it, and it's dead easy to round the corners off it, but just for speed I'm using this, and everything else seems to be pretty loose on it. Splash washer for the oil, it's got front stamped on them normally. This one's quite an old one, so it doesn't have anything stamped on it, it's blank. But the manual normally tells you, like Haynes and whatever, just in case you have got an earlier type. Timing marks on these, in my case it doesn't really matter. If you are stripping it, you've got dot to dot, you have to line them up. Again, this is C's, so it's never going to come apart and line up again. see where the water's been in here, sitting. Bit grim. It's not that bad to be fair, looks pretty okay, there's no pitting on the shafts or anything. Right, so now I'm going to try and just crack the last few bolts off the gearbox and separate it because the sun's setting, it's getting pretty dark. Hopefully this will come apart before it goes pitch black. So I'm going to time lapse this bit, just so, for speed basically. Right, so I'm going to crack on. Right, so that's it separated now all up here. Here's the block, and then there's the gearbox. I'm gonna have to pack up for now because it's getting pretty dark. It's been an hour, but now sunset's here. Pretty pink sky. But that's it for today. I will do a follow-up video after this one where I will try and free up the actual pistons to the block. But inside there it looks pretty good, the bottom of the engine block there. It doesn't look like rotten or anything, it looks clean, freshly oiled, so it looks like it's just topper pistons which have like rotten to the block. But we'll see that on the next video when I strip it down. Thanks for watching guys, bye.